Okay, everyone, welcome to the stream. A lot of people complaining, but because of the time of day, but sure, those things happen. We've had 2 night races so far, and this race is currently, well, qualifying anyway, in the daytime. So we'll see what happens. A few guys going out onto the medium tyres. And we'll have a look at currently, I think, P2 in the championship, Lucas Paul. Who is out there in his Ferrari. And at the moment it's just me, LZ Gaffo, commentating for you, but we will soon, hopefully, have Manny, otherwise known as iMercy, during qualifying. But we're going to wait on... You can see I have changed the camera angles as well, so they are suited a bit more to real life. And we're now going to go through the first lap of this race, known by going by the first driver in CTCR history to hit 300 points. Lucas Paul, 73, gets us underway, sliding out of the final corner, and will not start this qualifying in the way he wants. So instead we'll switch to Legend, who's going to go himself. So down into the turn 1, 2 and 3 section, he seems to have taken that quite smoothly, drops to third, gets on the power out of 4, and on the bit of a short run down to 5. You only just drop normally 2 gears through here, and now on the long run down through this kink section of 6, back up now into 7, 8 and 9, which are very similar corners, drops to 4th in this stage, up the gears, back down to 3rd, as this is a normal, more of a sharper corner, and then should normally keep through 4th gear again here, and now on the long run down towards the old Singapore sling, but now just newly named turn 10. As he heads up, just scrapes the wall now through turn 11 and up towards turn 13, the place where Magnus could not take the corner last night, and is now with DRS activated on the long run up towards turn 14, the final DRS zone of the track. And 104 through that section, and now through the final sector of the track, which is going to look very different, I think, next year, with the changes they are making to it now under the grandstand, to use the same Grand Slam after what Ireland have achieved in the rugby today. But Legend is going to go through now the final few corners. He's out on the power, and hopefully doesn't do what Lucas Paul done earlier. He is up, he is around, and a 1:37.9 sets the pace on the mediums. Behind him is a Red Bull. It's a Red Bull, a Ninja, who has slid through the final corner as well, like many. Ski Fan is going to come to the line now, and he's not too far behind Legend. After that comes either JRR or Rayan. It's Rayan who goes fastest, with a time just slower than mine last night. SLR Quattro goes way faster with a 1:36.5. Can Jinx do anything about that? The qualifying merchant himself, who I shouldn't be saying much about, is currently leading the championship. Next up to cross the line was Vubin, who's gone slowest. Kofi in, Oven Curry round the final few corners now. He goes P4. Next across the line to Magnus. Takes a sharp exit to the line, and they're only going to go P8 for now. Paolo, he's going to take the line and go P6. Next, JRR, P9, and then finally we have Jackie Gabbana wrestling his way over the curbs. And the final lap of this first of qualifying, he goes slowest. Mr. Orabeng, the winner of last night's race. What kind of time can he set? He wasn't particularly fast in qualifying last night. He has put himself P8 for now. It's Jake May has had a spin, and that is the end of the first run of qualifying. interesting to say the least. Mr. Orabang gonna save 1.6 seconds up on his time. He's not supposed to do that, and that's been noted. I am unfortunately ill at the moment, so if you do hear an odd cough, I just say don't blame me. It's been quite a while now since we've seen cars in the daytime. I know I'm kind of commenting on very weird things, but it is true. So Rando's come to the end of his first timed lap, and it looks like he is probably going to be in that midfield area. It's at 1:38.6. Next, Lucas Paul. This time doesn't spin out of final corner, and happily for myself goes P5. Ninja said he was quick, and he's backed that up with a pretty good time there. He has gone P9. Ski Fan has just started a lap, and I think that's Kofi coming to the end of one. He goes P3 with a very good lap indeed. Just put Douglas, who's serving his quali ban, all the way down at the back there. So Jinx has done the same. Guys don't understand that this is in the rules. So Jinx with 8 minutes left to qualifying in laps. Ski Fan is unfortunately disconnected. Hopefully he can get back in. Oven Curry coming to the line. And to start a lap. I think it's Jake May starting a lap. No, it's Legend. Just started a lap there. Rayan starting a lap, and JRR also starting a lap. Trying to find a car on a lap, but at the moment it's not telling me any improved sector times. SLR Quattro was up there, but he lost. lost a car. I'm desperately hoping to get in another commentator. I do not have the voice for commentating this race tonight. And if you expect some big, great commentary tonight, be disappointed already, because it does not look good for me. Ski fans back in. Eric's Paolo has improved on his time and has jumped his teammate to go back up into P8. We have a Haas who's not improving. We have Vubben who is validated his time. Oh, and has hit the wall and has reset the track. That's going to be another violation of resetting the track for Vubben. Just noting that. A lot of people are invalidating their times, I can see, so it's obviously not a great sign. Maybe the track is not getting better as it is supposed to be. Don't know what people are saying about it being light. It's not even that dark. As I think that is Legend who's lost the car. So get ready for a lot of drivers are going to start to come to the line, because at the moment it seems very, very dull and boring out there. But we'll keep an eye on Orabang, who has gone a tenth faster in the first sector, and we'll have to keep an eye because this is the only lap that is currently happening at the moment. Back to, if you're on the stream at the moment, you can join now. Pick McLaren because the Haas driver is still trying to get in. FaZe McBaugh, no show as it looks today. So here goes Orabang, and now he's 2 tenths up. So at the moment it looks like he's going to put himself just into the top 10. We'll have to see now. The middle sector, or the final sector, is where everyone can improve their times, and it's where Orabang can improve his time. He's going to come to the line now. Oh, he smacks the wall, and he has decided to call that quits. Will he get back out in time? I don't know. But the first driver, well, Jackie Gabbana, is on his final flying lap, and he is 9 tenths up in his time. So he could possibly, with a few more tenths gain, he can get himself up near the top 10, as he also hits the wall. We're right on board going through the final sector, and we can see as he goes through now turn 20, 21, and up through the final turn now. Jackie Cabana, how much will he improve by? Will it be enough? It won't be. Only 4/10, and that's P16 the best for him. So most people coming out on a lap now, and Jinx has found a perfect spot for himself to go out. Everyone else has missed the cut, so Orabeng, back 2 obviously isn't going to come out. There seems to be an Aston Martin leaving the garage anyway, even though he won't make it round, so hopefully he doesn't get in the way of Jinx's lap. Well, Jinx, we're right on board with his lap now. At the moment it seems to be running fairly smooth. Now up towards turn 5. He doesn't like the low gears, so he keeps it in 4th, and with DRS now open, he's going to fly down this straight. Should drop to 4th again, going down to 7, and knowing his gear habits, well, he's gone to 3rd for this one. Knowing his gear habits, he's dropped to 3rd for this one as well. He likes 3rd gear. He said he hates 2nd gear, rarely ever uses that, and if he needs to go really slow, he'd just drop all the way to 1st. So as he heads up now through the tricky part of this middle sector, there seems to be some debris on the floor, and Orabeng has decided just to retire from the session and get out of the way of everyone, which is the smart thing to do. And Jinx now into the final sector. He's a 10th up and a fastest middle sector. He's going to have to do a lot better though to beat out Quattro, who had killed himself in the final turn of Saudi Arabia last week, which could have possibly given him a win, but probably would have been P2. He ended up walking away with no points, and at the moment he's going to be walking away with pole position unless Jinx can improve. Round the final corner, it's Jinx to the line. It's not going to be pole. So the real question, Kofi has gone quicker than Jinx and not too far off Quattro either. Vubin only does P8 for now. There seems to be that ski fan who's also coming around the final corner, and he is going to go P10. Ninja, he's coming to the line now, and he goes P10 to beat him. Lucas Paul, 4/10 up, shoots himself into the top 5. SLR Quattro improves on his time and goes even further. What a lap that is. I think that was Rayan going into P4. Ahead of him, I think that's Rando, who is improving himself. He's not going to improve enough to do anything else, and he stays 15th fastest. JR, or Legend, he goes 4th fastest, and JRR is the only one that can possibly beat him, and he goes 6th. Finally, we have Paolo, who was just down in his time, has gone up and goes 9th fastest. That is the end of qualifying. Interesting one. We'll see what happens for the race. I'm probably going to have to go of an emergency, so I'm going to do the start of the race, and then I will leave it for a while. So Quattro gets poled by a huge amount. He loves this track and he's showing that out there today. P1 for Quattro. Kofi goes 2nd with Jinx in 3rd, Legend 4th, Rayan 5th, JRR 6th, Oven Curry 7th, Lucas Paul 8th, Paolo 9th, doing Ferrari good. Dem and Alfa Romeo, the only 2 teams to get into the top 10, including Williams, Bubban in the 10th. Ninja 11th, Skifan 12th, 2 Magnus 13th, and I've missed the rest. So we'll wait. We'll get the tyres up. Many people going, surprisingly, for the hard compound, with only 2 Magnus and Jackie Cabana going for the mediums. And then Lucas Paul seems to like this strategy, and it's paying off. The 3rd race in a row starts on the soft tyres. He must have saved a set of soft tyres, and obviously qualifying well. It's working well, we'll see. So I'm going to disable everything for now, because I want to get a good view, hopefully, of... I also want to hope that no shenanigans goes on during the safety car period, because if they do again, then I am very tempted to put in some big rule changes for the safety cars. But at the moment it looks like everyone's going through very smoothly. 19 drivers at the moment. Hopefully nothing stupid happens. What I'm worried about is this hooligan, Jinx, always causing something stupid on their safety car. We'll keep an eye. We'll keep an eye. Jackie Cabana also seems to be taking some time, but he seems to have caught up. Happy days. As Quattro seems to be pulling away, Kofi seems to slow down, get the field back bunched up, and now finally Quattro decides to slow down. It's going to be an interesting race, and hopefully I'm not gone for long. Magnus has decided to get involved in something, and he will start on cold tyres from P13. Unlucky for some, and it's unlucky for Magnus at the moment. As there goes something had to happen on the safety car. Rando and Jackie Cabana also have trouble, but Kofi spins, and it looks like Vubin has almost spun as well. As our good old friend Randro17 has joined to have a little look at the racing as well. So as we wait for the cars to line up, hopefully the UI glitch does not happen again and we get a good race. So we do get a light glitch, unfortunately. It's lights out and away we go. Legend has jumped the start and picks up a drive-through penalty. It's a good getaway for Quattro, who takes the lead. Another good getaway for Jinx, who's going to try stick around the outside of Kofi, but is forced wide off the track. But it looks like he's going to be able to swoop around the outside and take it back again. My UI hasn't glitched, so there's no restart this time. Rando has dropped places, Ninja's dropped many places as well, as Legend and JRR trade in places as well. But Quattro has got away cleanly. Kofi's kept P2, and Rayan and Legend also, or Rayan picks up a penalty for gaining places under a safety car, or off the track. I don't know what I'm saying, I'm all over the place today. So that is a 5-second penalty for him. Many things happening down at the back, people trading places. Paolo goes close with, seems to be Orangabeng here, and Orabeng is going to try and stick around the outside here as Manny finally joins the party. Oh, and he stuck Douglas, it seems to be in a wall.
Gaffo, how shit is this?
We're not that bad. It's lap 1, and there goes 2 Magnus in the turn where he fucked me last night. Ironically, has fucked himself into a wall and has dropped all the way down to P18, but it's a good start anyway. Quattro is in the lead from Kofi in second.
Can I get him back, please?
Yep, I'll give you an invite now, and you can get going. I actually have to go for a moment, and I'll be back soon. What account do you on again?
Marshy.
Alright.
Is it alright? Gaffo.
Sorry, yep.
Is my mark right?
Yeah, it's really good. It's much better than a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, am I blind, or can I just not find you?
Probably blind. I'll just the one from the game session group.
Yeah, that'll probably be the better thing to do. I'm also going to just quickly, it seems to have been a fairly normal getaway, no safety cars.
We were
So
supposed to be going at R5, like, but everyone took the piss. I mean, at least the better commentator.
yeah, it seems to be a pretty clean getaway anyway. There's been no safety car or anything like that. Two Magnus obviously got damaged, so he's into the pits. Legend got a drive-through penalty off the start. He's down to 18th. And Ninja lost a lot of places as well. Other than that, it's been a fairly clean getaway from the rest of the grid. Orabang won last night. He's under investigation though for quali infringement. I can't stream.
Moving the controller and the elbow and it's just swung straight into back two.
Yeah.
I was literally able to get away from him, but it tapped him and it gave him the penalty.
We'll see what happens. I'm going to have to go now in a minute. It looks like the race has kind of died down already, even on lap 2. Going on to lap 3 now. So I'll focus on we'll focus on Lucas Paul, because why not? I hopefully I'm back as soon as possible, but for now you can kind of just take it away.
I'm back, Daffo. Yeah, he's still gone. Right. Oh, look. Blackbird's leading the race. We've got a safety car, it looks like, so. Yeah, safety car. But, don't know if we're going to play up quite so I don't think he wanted one. The gap that he had, gone now. The gap or something. And so, Magnus DNF. Back 2.5. G15. So then lost yesterday's K2 race winner in G12. Did pretty well, to be honest. Ivana was a former K1 driver, now K2. He gets lots of points. So he's the highest K2 driver in this lobby. And no one's fit. Ooh, Mr. Orban's fit. And so is Lucas Paul. All decides it's time to come in under the safety car, take advantage of it. And he'll come out last, ahead of the two people that also played, which is Lando and Orban. They'll get out ahead of Legend. We think, pretty. Gonna be close. Now Legend takes it. I'm just there coming out of that pit, it's the last. That happens to everyone, that an easy way to get a 5-second time penalty. In the race as well. Everybody on halves, I think. Everybody except Jack and Gabana and the three people that have just played with Orlando and Mr. Orban are on medium tyres. So, do you think that Lucas Paul may be able to definitely go for 2 places, probably half factory by the end of like 2 laps? That medium tyre is absolutely mental, and it's just brand new. Now we just wait for the safety car to come in. I reckon it's got one more lap and it'll come in. Got one more lap. This gives everybody behind that's a way longer time to manage their fire heat. Lando in the pit. Yeah, Lando in the pit for the second time. What's he going for this time? Hard tyres going on Lando. I don't know what the strategy call there was. Maybe he prefers the hard tyres, maybe he might be able to take these to the end of the race. And he feels like that he's done his medium stop, he can now take these to the end of the race. Be happy with it? Don't know. This guy will be in this lap. Clark though, he's been in this position before, he knows how to handle it, but with Kofi behind him, he'll probably be able to get the jump on Quattro and overtake him. This is where Kofi needs to be able to get past Quattro and pull away. Maybe Quattro maybe slow for the first lap. That is going to help Kofi a lot. One of those tyres is absolutely necessary. Jinx doesn't look like he won this tyre a lot. Feels like he's won them enough. Quattro wants enough heat in them as he can get. Then is he gonna go? Quattro goes. Kofi definitely not expecting that one. He's lost about 4 tenths to Quattro already. We're into this corner. RC has a chance on Jinx to go down the inside into turn 1. Jinx is just going to get the position back and maintain P3. Once he gets overtaken by Ruben, then overtakes over here, or a pretty slow exit to Ruben. Takes it really wide, really pushing the limits for how wide they can go there. Back to maintain P13 with Ninja Hyper right behind him in that Red Bull. He's still not doing any positions yet, but look at how much he can gain on that race. Ninja Hyper gets overtaken by Legend in the Mercedes. Oh, Ninja Hyper goes really slow through that corner and it's cost Lucas Paul possibly some damage. Jackie Barner gets through second time.
Okay, I'm back. So what's happened to Lucas Paul? Why is he in 16th?
Lucas Paul pitted and now he's been absolutely dusted. Oh, Douglas was spun. That is major.
Jackie Cabana's going around with him.
Paul got past Ninja Hyper there. That is absolutely stupid. Back two have also spun, I think.
Ooh, Legend's gone down the inside of its Jake May. It's a Silver Arrows battle at the moment here as they go up now down towards turn 16. And it's Jake May has managed to stay in front though and has invited pressure for possibly Orabeng to go down the inside. That's not a corner you want to try that. But they kind of stay in place.
Any of these corners, to be honest. That's how my race ended. Went around the outside, to be honest, and got squeezed out straight at you.
Yeah.
Not a fun time, not a fun time. Blackburn maintains his lead and he's starting to pull away from Tofu. He's also pulled away from Jim.
I can see
Could
that,
it be
yeah.
a Blackburn battle for the race good? Blackburn, we know he's good here. He won last year and absolutely dominated him. Is he doing it again? Putting away in this time.
There seems to be a good bit of a gap between them and JRR. And them
to be honest,
5
I don't
out
know
of 5 that are battling, yeah. So
I know
Orbank,
JR expressed his issues with Singapore, so maybe they're coming to light now.
and Orbank has gone down the inside of Legend. They're having a little bit of a scrap here.
Ooh, there's a lot of contact there,
And Lucas Paul has done really well. He's done really well there.
Absolutely perfect. That's what I was trying to do. Lucas Paul just got it absolutely perfect. Now he's waiting on his mate to make a mistake, which just hasn't good, went a bit too wide. In that little section there, Orban goes straight back through to Legend. A good scrap here. There's a bit of contact.
Yeah, and it's Jake Mate has done, or not, it's Jake Mate, Legend has done what 2 Magnus should have done last night.
Again. That is exactly what happened to me. He gets squeezed out there, he goes off. Simple. Legend able to maintain his wheel. He has a bit of a wheel flag that may have been like a Ninja Hyper. Not enough. If he's able to catch it. Ninja Hyper locked up going into these little sections here. And costs a bit of damage. Back 2 spins. Nothing irregular there. Blackburn pulled away in 1.6 seconds. Hopefully 5 seconds down on Ruben now. Olympia having a chance on JR into the first corner, it's not going to work. He's going to buy his time the second DRS zone this lap.
Yes sir, he was away for a second there, so back 2 has decided to retire in the pits. So that's no points for Haas today. Griffin was hoping that he'd pick up some points, but with struggles to join the lobby means he can't.
Lucas Paul here. You can see the absolute pace in Lucas Paul, just waiting to be shown that he had on 2021. Stephen has a major
had trouble there.
Lucas Paul is going to go down the inside. He thinks better with it and doesn't want to lose his race. Of course, being on the mediums, that is a major grip advantage for those like 8 lap old hard tyres. Oh, Lucas Paul has been made contact with Legend.
Orabang, it was Orabang. Yeah, he's forced him down the inside. Lucas Paul's had to take avoiding action. He avoided the barriers.
Orabang is very aggressive. He's going to end up losing the top one, to be honest.
Yeah, it is the problem with Lucas Paul's aggressive strategy is the fact that he is going to be caught in this midfield battle and it's really hard to avoid incidents in it. And look, he's gone straight on. Lucas Paul's gone straight on and he's hit the barriers trying to spin his car. And that is his race really in question now. And he can't quite get his car turned.
He's going to have to make another pit stop, possibly onto the hard tyres.
He's going to have to hope now for a safety car, because that is a real impact on his race. Will he come into the pits? I'd say he will.
The top 5.
He is. He's in the pits.
Ruben has a gap of 6 seconds to Olympia behind him. This top 5 is very competitive, I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, Oven Curry is quick though, because he's already pulled 2 seconds away from JRR, who Paolo's now looking to have a go at him. He's right on his gearbox. It's going to be close between the 2 Ferrari powered cars. Oh, is that Rayan? That's Rayan that spun. Rayan's off at the bridge section. He's lost his wing and it's a safety car.
Absolutely amazing for Lucas Paul. He's back in it once again.
That's came out of absolutely nowhere.
And that will definitely be removed. That will be removed from Lucas Paul.
Wait, what's that happening there?
Basically, the safety car came out ahead of him and he had to avoid it, or he'd lose his car basically. And he's gone over the white line to avoid it, and it's been in the track limits and a 5-second penalty. That will be removed, I'll tell you that now.
Well, we'll see, we'll see. We won't give any promises yet. It's noted, and you can have a look. Still a big job for him to do though. Obviously he has to catch up. He'll probably go into the hard tyres because I say the hards will get to the end. Quattro has stayed out. Most drivers have stayed out. Now Rayan obviously with his damage will come in.
Way too early for them.
Yeah, I say Orbang may come in. He hasn't. I thought maybe the medium runners will come in onto hards because this is the time for possibly hards to go in till the end. JRR
has to come onto mediums now.
Legend the same. But
JRR has been held up.
Has he?
That wing check.
Oh, that's costly. He's going to lose places to a lot.
I don't know what happened there. Maybe Rayhan wouldn't go.
Yeah, Rayan with his full wing change.
Already changed. He just
So JRR has dropped to last place now because of that, and has a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. Now, if that's a 5-second time penalty for Lucas Paul, it wouldn't have been a bad idea just to go into the pits, get on a pair of hard tyres, go till the end. But he seems to have not liked the hard tyres, so he's going to stay on the mediums.
Have not enough grip for this track, to be honest. Even though they may be nearly 10 laps.
I didn't quite find it that bad, and it's going well for Quattro anyway. He's leading the way and hasn't been in much trouble.
Must be absolutely buzzing. If he's able to pull away, like we saw, what was it, 3 laps, he's already pulled away at least 7/10 from the second fastest driver, which is Kofi.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. He has a lot of catching up to do, obviously, in the championship. Currently P5 in the standings.
Yeah, from dominating last season to not being a title contender at all this season. This may turn his look around, maybe even getting a few places in the championship.
Yeah, so Quattro is currently in 5th in the championship. Ahead of him is Kofi, who's in 4th and is in 2nd. And then it's FaZe McBot, who had a no-show today, so he'll get a penalty point on his licence for that. Then it's Lucas Paul, who's currently running last, and then it's Jinx, who's currently in 3rd.
So Lucas Paul leading the championship. Is in last place.
Yeah, 2nd in the championship. Was leading.
2nd?
Yep. Jinx is leading.
Oh yeah, Jinx.
Yep, so 3 out of the top 5 are on the podium right now. So that is showing where the pace is at. As Lucas Paul is finally going to catch up to the safety car, and it should be in for the start of lap 12.
Yeah.
So, because you weren't here for qualifying or anything like that, I'll ask you, while we're in this lull period, what is your predictions for the end of the race? Do you have a guess for the podium?
I don't know. Lucas Paul seems very menacing. The pace he had was absolutely mental between the last safety car and this safety car. I'm saying he definitely is going to get a podium at least. It's a big call, Barber.
It is a big show.
He's going to win. He's able to pull away with, I don't know, it's just Quattro in it.
Now at the moment,
be able to at least maintain.
At the moment, I'm looking at one driver, and it's a very surprising pick, and I'll probably be laughed at for it. But I think Jackie Gabbana is the only guy on the right strategy at the moment. I'm surprised Orabang didn't go in for the hard tyres. Is that someone who's lost a car? Skifan's sideways.
Skifan.
So he's dropped down to the back.
That's a free position for Lucas Paul.
Yeah, it is.
That's on my back.
So Jackie Gabbana, I think, is on the right strategy, being on fresh hards, can go till the end now. But I still don't think he'll have the pace for anywhere near the podium. So I'm going to go for the current tree on the podium is going to be the tree to stay on the podium. I'm going to go Quattro P1, but I'm going to go for Jinx to finish 2nd and Kofi to finish 3rd.
I think, in my opinion, Quattro is easily going to pull away. There's no doubt about that, as the safety car is in this lap. Let's have a look at what Quattro will do. You know he likes to finish off and this safety car period really quickly. Round about here, yeah, he's going to go straight away close, he's not going to get the best start. But Jinx, he's got a worse start than he did last time. Last time he was able to challenge the
good getaway, and a lot of people are battling here. Seems to be quite clean at the moment though. No one's lost places other than Rando.
Rando was off. Ooh.
He's had an unlucky season.
Oh, Ninja Hyper spun, and so is Douglas.
Yep, and we're seeing some carbon fibre flying off into the air there. Lucas Paul's gained a lot of positions there, as his ski fan was saying. And the two Alpines haven't had a great start to the season, and are continuing that at the moment.
Mr. Orabang overtakes Owen Curry for P5. Owen Curry wants that position back, he's going to get it back, but he's going to have some wheel spin on the end. Collide with its Jake mate, a very capable driver of himself.
Yeah, they're both getting very, very close.
Very,
but at the moment, everyone seems to have a bit of common sense, so they're not going and doing anything stupid at the moment.
There's a battle. Alex Powell gets dive on by RC, and Legend tries it as well, but he can't make it. Alex Powell loses the position but defends another.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to quite have the pace that he had last season, Paolo. He's struggling, but he should get better as Lucas Paul gets by Jackie Gabbana.
Right strategy, what Gaffo didn't hear you. Now they've got JR in his sights for P11.
Yep,
Undeniably, one of the greatest drivers I've ever seen this league is absolutely slicing up this pack. Not going to long until he's in the point.
Just like last race, Mercedes are in desperate need of some points. And at the moment, it looks like they are going to get some. But as Rayan is lining up a move and it's Jake Mate, he has overtaken him and he's up into P7 and it's Jake Mate's dropped to P8. But in doing so, Legend has gained another place for Mercedes and is up to P9. Lucas Paul also getting very close to JRR. Both of them should be battling at the front, so it's going to be very close between them two, and we'll see what happens now on the run down towards, I think that's turn 7.
Lucas Paul running very high wings, but everyone just pulls away from him.
So JRR has gone late in the brakes and he's gone down the inside of Alex Paolo and has taken the place. Lucas Paul.
There's a slight collision between the Ferrari drivers.
Yeah, they're having a bit of a red war. Yeah, he's just sneaking his nose there, and we'll see what happens. Obviously Lucas Paul will have the pace on these fresh mediums, but the problem is these won't go till the end. He's a lot of place to make up. That's Owen Curry.
That is Owen Curry. Oh, it was going so good for him.
He was running P4 and now he's running P15.
Got absolutely no win whatsoever. He's going to stay P15 now.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Lucas Paul fighting his teammate for the final points position. Theoretically, Paolo should let Lucas Paul pass without too much of a fight. Lucas Paul is on the faster tyres, he is the faster driver, and he's in a championship fight. Will Paolo let him by it or give him a hard time doing so?
So DRS is enabled now, so overtaking will be a bit easier. But maybe easier for someone like Jinx, who's getting a lot closer, and Lucas Paul obviously getting closer to Paolo as Legend goes past its Jake mate into turn 1.
And sends him off the track. That means JR will have a better run than Jake mate through these corners. Gets on the pole very early in 4th gear. Looking not to spin the wheels there. Jake mate has a bit of a collision with the wall and loses his back end, but passes it. Lucas Paul overtakes Alex Paolo. That is how good
in the wall. And it's another safety car.
Is out with the safety car. That was an absolutely amazing sprint for Lucas Paul. Theoretically, he should pit onto the hard tyres now. Everybody who didn't pit has to pit onto mediums now.
I'd say they will, as I think this is probably going to be the time. You won't get a better safety car than this. So the interesting thing to see is, will they? So obviously Owen Curry, Douglas both had damage. They've pitted back onto mediums. And under the safety car, with how far down they are, they may pit onto hards. I don't know. The interesting thing will be, we'll see if Quattro is going to come in on this lap and see what he can do on mediums. We'll keep an eye. What decision does the leader make?
Black coat is coming in.
Is coming in.
Everybody will be filtering into the pits now.
Most people are.
If Lucas Paul doesn't, he will gain race. Ooh. Some people don't. They were probably on the medium before. Lucas Paul will gain every position he can.
Yeah.
He'll end up P4, he will have to pit again.
So pretty much everyone other than Rando, surprisingly, has decided to stay out. Everyone else has came into the pits.
I mean, if Lucas Paul pitted then, it wouldn't have lost much track position, but was it worth it to not pit Lucas Paul? Will these tyres go to the end? Probably not.
We'll see. You'll have to do an awful lot to do it.
Definitely, yeah. Especially when he's running such high wings that will kill your tyres.
Yeah. So does that shape up your predictions now that everyone has came into the pits? Do you have any other predictions now?
Still the first person on mediums below him. Everybody that was behind him, he's not changed positions at all. He's a net race lead. Podium.
Well, Vubben has lost out. He's lost out to its Jake mate. And he's probably going to lose out to the guys that were in front of him, or that were behind him as well, because he had the double stack, obviously with Quattro coming in. So he's taking the outside of the points.
He's pretty quick, so he may be able to make that position up and possibly save his race.
I've just realised myself, Rando has made a pit stop. He started on the mediums and pitted on lap 1. So be
I don't think
interesting
the
to
tyres
see.
will go to that length gaffle. They won't.
Well, knowing his amazing strategies in the past, like, I'd say don't write it off. Don't write it off at all.
It's not going to be a marshy P2 Zandvoort. Those tyres will die by like lap 20, 27.
Well, we'll see what happens, but I'm just going to note that because he has made a pit stop. I thought he was the only driver not to have made a pit stop, but it turns out now that I look on my detail, every driver has made at least one stop.
So,
as far as penalties, Douglas, Orabang, Skifan, Jackie Gabbana, Lucas Paul and Legend all 3-second time penalties, but Lucas Paul an added 5-second time penalty.
And he also got one for crossing when he had to, and it counted that as a thing, so that may also be removed as well.
Yep.
Lucas Paul spins! Oh no! He's out of points and has a broken wing. I've last place.
Douglas has also spun, and unfortunately the safety car's in this lap. So horrible timing. I don't think he has a broken wing. So he's just down to P15. We'll see whether or not he has to come into the pits or not. But Rayan's going to lead us underway here with Legend close behind. We'll see if these guys will be able to go to the end. It's going to be tough, but at the end of the day, this is their time to stay out, and they have stayed out, and now the top 5, who are on slightly older tyres, are going to lead the way. We'll see when the Alfa Romeo Reserve goes.
And he goes now.
Yep, and he's caught Legend just by surprise a bit.
Legend really using that ERS to his advantage. Goes up. Jackie Barner has spun.
Yep, so there's one of the hard runners down to the back.
Quattro all the way up to P4, making those crucial moves. Kofi wants a chance to take P5 and make sure Quattro
he doesn't lose Quattro. Yep, that is the idea. And he's done the job. And Jinx has done the same. He doesn't want to lose the runners either. Lando really is getting swarmed here. Douglas has lost the car again. It's not been a Grand Prix to remember for the Alpine driver. As Oroben gets by Paolo, and the Ferraris are both out of the points, which was once they were once running so well, and now are definitely losing out. Quattro has pace and he wants to use it. He's going to have a look at JRR here, and will he maybe go for the switch back here as he goes side by side, and he's ahead into the next corner. An amazing move. The Williams driver is showing why he's one of the quickest on the grids.
Telling you, after Bahrain, and I did miss Jeddah commentary, but I'm pretty sure Quattro did he do alright, or?
Sorry?
What did Quattro do in Jeddah? Did he do alright?
Oh, he crashed on the final corner and DNF'd.
Okay, so this is gonna reinforce this. I thought we weren't going to see the same Quattro we saw last season, but this race is going absolutely perfect for Quattro.
Yep, the Jeddah curse definitely continues for him, because he has always said that he's great at Jeddah, and yet he's never won there. And when he was about to win last week, he crashed on the final corner and ended up scoring no points at all. But hopefully in a track where he's won before, he's able to maintain that really good record he has.
I've been taking P4 off Kofi, really holding Jinx and Kofi up. There are collision. Jinx is spun. Jinx is through to P6.
Oh, that's not good for Jinx. The championship leader dropping down, and has a lot of work to do now behind Lucas Paul. So now Quattro getting close to Legend.
Yeah, taking a definitely way too shallow line, even if he was defending. That's cost him a lot of time. 3.8 seconds to the nearest podium position. Quattro only 6/10 off of the lead.
Yeah, if he overtakes these two drivers and wins this race, it's 100% going to be one of the 10 out of 10 performances that we were looking for from him. Maybe Singapore or Monaco last year was a 10 out of 10, but this is definitely a 10 out of 10. And as he's gaining on Legend, he's just maybe looking and kind of stuck in a bit of a train between himself and the Alfa Romeo of Rayan. It's going to be difficult for him to overtake, as Lucas Paul is into the pits for hard tyres to the end.
Now we know Quattro's not the smartest driver in the league. He's all about pace, getting past those drivers and really making that pace worth it. So will he go for a silly dive bomb and possibly cost his own race, and someone else's, or will he just wait it like Landro used to do and get those overtakes really easily from other people's mistakes? You know, Quattro, from last season, all he had to do was just qualify and pole, which he normally did, and just pull away. This grid, he can't do that anymore. So he's going to have to be a lot smarter with his decisions.
Jinx has just hit the back of Rando, and Rando's been spun round, and it'll be interesting to see if Rando will be in the report section after that to have a go at Jinx, but we'll see. It looked like maybe Jinx possibly got hit in the rear by Jackie Gabbana and then into Rando. It's always the last car's fault, so it probably will be Jackie Gabbana's, who I said was on the right strategy, but I also predicted that he wouldn't have the pace to be anywhere near the podium. And, well, I was right in both those cases, because although he's still in a good spot at the moment, if everyone else has to pit, his pace is just way too slow for the rest of the runners.
It is just really sad to see Jackie Gabbana so plummeting from his winning Tier 2, or championship winning Tier 2, so plummeted to Tier 1. He was Tier 1.
Ooh, and Vubben has tried to go down the inside of its Jake May, and its Jake May has ended up being pushed off the track. I don't know what the word is for that. I was going to say rumble strips, but there's no rumble strips there. But he's gone off the track, he's lost all grip, and he's been spun round. And unfortunately, I have to say that is not his fault. And as much as I'm
spun by Vubben, every time he's done a dive bomb, he's been so lucky and so skillful to be able to get the move done cleanly. This time it's not worked out for him. The amount of dive bombs he's done, and he moves into a corner. That was a final one.
I don't want to say that I have an agenda against Vubben, but he's definitely been struggling a lot in Tier 1, because he has caused a lot of incidents.
Very wide by Ski Fan after
his internet connection's been poor, and he's going to try one down the inside of Paolo here, which is very optimistic. Oh.
In my opinion, that was not the place to do it, Ruben. That was so close to getting yourself.
He's trying to kill himself out there. I don't think he realises that this isn't an open lobby, because he is driving like it. If he continues to drive
may not be
like
in main league, but we've got to drive like it's in main league. Oven Curry spun.
That
and
is
that's
a VSC.
another.
No, it's a virtual safety car. Yeah, and it is the right thing to do, because it's getting way too hectic out there. And if there was a race control mode, I'd black flag probably Vubben, because he's driving very erratically at the moment. He needs to relax. He's almost taken out the Ferrari. He has taken out the Mercedes. He obviously took out Orangabang as well. He's been very, very erratic. He needs to calm down.
Jackie Gabbana into the pits now on lap 20.
Yep. So he's probably going to go into mediums until the end.
Line of broken pixels.
Safety car is ending. Is anyone going to pick up a penalty?
Rehan is able to pull away under that VSC somehow. Yeah, he's going to close that gap now.
Yeah, and
luckily the drive penalty for him. It was not level. He's able to slow it down just enough not to get that penalty.
Jinx has got the restart right. He's got ahead of Paolo, and he's getting close to Vubben as well. We'll see now. The Red Bull driver has shown pace, and after his spin, he has still been very, very quick, and he's going to hope to try and get by the Williams driver now. As we'll see now, they head up through turn 11 and 12 and down towards the turn 13 hairpin.
Probably the most annoying corners to do with ABS off. Yeah. But Jinx can just do it perfect. So can Vubben.
It has to be one of the worst corners, I think, in the whole calendar. As much as I love Singapore.
You use ABS, so it's not really an issue for you. It is an issue for the people who don't use it.
I still hate the corner. You don't have to have any assist on to not enjoy that corner.
I daren't do this track with no TC. It's absolutely dreadful. So many corners. That's why I prefer Austria. Not a lot of corners, not a lot of mistakes. Vubben really slow through those final corners. Is this a chance for Jinx? You have the DRS on Vubben. Vubben also has the DRS off JR.
Yep.
Jinx is not going to send it. Legend has spun.
Legend
I reckon that was a
around.
move on Kofi. And it's just gone round.
Yep, and that's put Quattro in prime position now to take back the lead of the race, but he has Kofi on his tail.
You see Jinx now in the DRS, so having a chance on Vubben, but his wings just aren't high enough JR not got
So
DRS.
Vubben has gone for it on JRR, and it is a lovely move there from the Williams to get by. But Jinx also wants to get by JRR, who's on 5 lap older tyres. Jinx is going to try it, possibly round the outside, but JRR closes it off. Jinx will get a better run though, and on the run down towards turn 10, JRR stays in front.
Look at that though. Quattro may be on the faster tyres and possibly maybe the faster driver. But Ryan is been able to save 84% of his ERS. He's got the highest ERS on the grid. Everybody else is in a low ERS. So, a bit of that down.
Yep. The main focus, I think, is definitely on these guys here at the back. Jinx trying to make his way through the field, but I will need to also keep an eye on Quattro, who's getting quite close to Rayan and may look for a move. As Vubben pulls away from JR and may make a move soon. So your prediction of Lucas Paul may not be going to plan with 9 laps remaining. Vubben has picked up a 3-second time penalty. I think that's his second. Yep, puts him on 6. As it's Jake Mate is going round again. Jinx has got by JRR and is now going to close up to Vubben again, as Vubben closes up to Legend and Ski Fan back for the first time since Jeddah of last season. He is back and he is currently doing a really good job in P4. And if he can keep up the pace, he may be able to keep with that P4, despite his 8-second time penalty.
Quattro really closing up to Rehan, but Koku is back.
Rayan's got some really good ERS. He's doing well. But when those tyres wear, they are going to really get bad for the Alfa Romeo driver, and it could just be time for Quattro to get by.
Standing at Alfa Romeo, maybe doing a better job than the first driver at Alfa Romeo, which is absolutely sensational for Alfa Romeo, but possibly their first win in ages, to be honest, from what I can remember.
Yep.
Their first win obviously being random kitty captain in season 1. Their closest one, and maybe
I don't think he's won. I don't think he's won a race. Obviously on the podium, yes. Other than that,
I don't remember much from season 1.
I think he was on the podium in Monaco, and that was about it. And in Belgium as well.
Yeah,
he was on the podium.
About it.
Other than that, I don't think Alfa Romeo have ever won a race.
Maybe Alfa Romeo's maiden win in CTCR.
Yeah, I must keep an eye on that.
CTCR, Quattro got the DRS pass, but he doesn't have the ERS to be able to pull one side. Oh, he does.
Oh, he's forced off the track. But he's come back on, and he's going to go down the inside. Himself and Rayan, 2 Dutch drivers, are sticking with it.
What is it with Rayan today? Who is standing in for Rayan? He's absolutely flying, able to defend from probably the greatest driver we've ever seen. And he did it absolutely flawlessly. Didn't step a foot wrong whatsoever.
Yep, Rayan is doing really well there. And we'll see now as he heads up towards now turn 14. In the start of the final sector, will Quattro be able to get by? He has 8 more laps to do it. Currently in P2. He wants P1.
Quattro getting very impatient, looking for every opportunity he can get. Looking down the inside, trying to squeeze his nose in. Just anywhere about he can get it. It's not going to work for him. He's going to end up hitting at some point if he breaks as late as he is. And he's got to wait for that DRS zone so he can just get through. He's going to have to start taking the DRS as well.
Jinx is getting very close to the back of Vubben here, and it's going to be sooner rather than later when he gets by. He's side by side with him now down towards turn 1. It's a drag race between the Red Bull and the Williams, but the Williams wins that drag race. We'll switch back to the leaders because Quattro is possibly going to have another look at Rayan, but it's too far away. Vubin is round.
What's happened here?
Vubin is round.
JR is going to be absolutely delighted to see that, and delighted that he's gained an extra position. As Lando gets overtaken by Jackie Cabana. Oh, Lando is in the pits again. For a new set of mediums. And it is a safety car.
It is a safety car. Vubin is round. He's hit the wall and once again resets the track. So that's already his 8th penalty point of the season, and he's only raced in 2 races. So the Williams driver may soon find an early exit to the league if he continues driving the way he does. He has no front wing.
I think this is the absolutely perfect opportunity for Rayhan, who had a chance to come out of the pits in P5 with fresher medium tyres than the rest of the guys ahead. So if he does that and he is able to pull off Alfa Romeo's maiden win, he'll be absolutely delighted, and so will the team. Possibly, I mean, where did he qualify? Let me have a look. He qualified P5. So ahead of JR.
Be interesting to see if anyone come into the pits now for softs. I don't think it will. Seems to be a bit too late for that.
And praying he can take those tyres to the end.
Someone who will be very annoyed about this safety car is Ski Fan. He was in a great spot in the middle of absolutely nowhere. 7 seconds clear Legend, 8 seconds to Kofi, and he was going to bring home a comfortable P4. So many drivers are starting to come into the pits now and are taking that gamble for the softs. Owen Curry's out on the intermediates because he sees that it's about to start raining.
Is it?
I just realised it's night time.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I swear this race started in the day.
How do you only just realise it's night time, guys?
It is.
I mean,
maybe
raining.
people...
It's actually raining.
Maybe people think it's raining here.
Now we know in Singapore that once it rains, it stays
pours.
raining. Yeah, it pours and it stays there. So Douglas has nothing to lose.
Douglas, Orangabang and Owen Curry both had nothing to lose anyway, so they're just taking a huge risk and hoping that when this rain comes down, it is unbearable for the guys in front. So realistically, if you're looking at Douglas here, this could possibly be his 2nd ever race win, or his 3rd ever race win. He won in Miami, he won in Jeddah last season, and he could, after what was a very up and down race today, he could win again because he is the leading runner on intermediates. Behind him is the Tier 2 driver of Mr. Orangabang, who won last night. We'll see.
The only issue, Gaffer, is will it provide enough lap and enough rain for these slick tyres to be absolutely useless? Because we know that in Singapore, if you are on the wrong type of tyre, you lose so much time. That's why everyone's strategy is to go on the right tyre at the exact time. You'll gain so much time, at least 3 seconds a lap.
Yeah.
That these will gain if they are on the right tyre, which is massive.
Yep. Definitely. We'll see. We'll see how long this safety car is out, because if it stays out long enough, this track could get very, very damp. And for people on probably the top 5 who are on very old slick tyres, it might just be unbearable and they may be sliding absolutely everywhere. Jackie Gabbana and JRR are playing it safe. They are going to come in for the intermediates. Jackie Gabbana is anyway.
If you do not pit now, it is going to be your downfall, just like a downfall rating that's about to happen.
Yep, everyone's going for the intermediates. They think it's too damp, but the top 7 are all going to stick with it. They're all sticking with the slick tyres. What an amazing end to this race this is going to be.
Now, why in every race does it always end with rain, Gaffer? Answer me that.
I don't know why you're asking that. Like, what race ended in rain this season so far?
Okay, fair. To be honest, Singapore, to be honest. But
yeah, this race exactly. So, I don't know what you mean.
What will happen now is either the intermediates will get massively hot and will wear massively, and we're just losing too much time in general.
Well, that's if it doesn't rain heavy enough.
Yeah, if it
But
rains,
I'm looking here on the dash cam, and Rayan's halo and his, like, the front of his car is starting to fill with water. I can't really get a good look at the track. I'd like to be able to just, like, kind of get a better view, but it doesn't look too damp out there. And looking at Douglas as well, he doesn't seem to be spraying any water coming out of the corners, so that obviously is implementing that there isn't much water on the track that intermediates are necessary.
maybe out for one extra lap, which is not good.
But there's 5 laps to go and everything to play for.
Yeah,
This could be like Lando Norris in Sochi. This could end horribly for the guys in the top 7.
Yeah, but you mentioned Lando Norris. Lando Norris didn't have this situation. That was an absolute massive gamble from everyone from P8 to P16, all 8 drivers. It's split.
We could have a crazy winner here today. We could have an absolutely crazy winner.
On intermediate.
Unluckily for Rayan. Oh, Rayan's in. Rayan's into the pits. He is not taking the gamble, and so is Quattro. Quattro's in. He's taken the call to stay. Kofi stayed out. Rayan has played the gamble altogether, and he's stayed out as well. How did he stay out? What's had to happen in there? Have I disconnected?
No, Rehan has DNF'd me.
Rayan's hit the wall. I don't know what he's done, but Quattro's come into the pits, so is Jinx. As the track is really poor now, the rain is settled down now.
Rehan have got disqualified. Yeah, that it is definitely time for intermediate conditions. Douglas is in for a race win here.
Yep. Well, you were right about Lucas Paul being back on the podium, but it is absolutely pouring here in Singapore. These 4 are going to struggle. They just hope that this safety car stays out long and long. But there's going to be 3 racing laps, and in pouring wet conditions it's going to be tough. Owen Curry has came back in for the softs. I don't know if that was the right call, because it's clearly a very wet track. Now that I'm looking at Douglas's car, there seems to be a bit more spray, as that's Paolo. Paolo's lost it. He's lost the car. Has he picked up a bit of damage? Yeah, Lucas Paul as well, sliding all over the place. But there's back mark.
If I were you right now, you'd be defending with your life, especially Kofi. He had every chance he has had in this race to be able to take at least a podium. He's not capitalising it. A safety car in this lap, that is massive. It's
definitely raining. I'm looking at it's definitely pouring, because I'm looking at Douglas's car. The spray is flying from Douglas. And we'll see now how these guys get underway. It's probably going to end. Oh, look at that. Even Kofi going through that corner. He knows he's made the wrong call, but he's going to have to just try stick with it. And the guy running P4 in the championship may not be running P4 after this race. When it rains.
For a fact, Douglas is jumping up and down for joy. That strategy, absolutely sensational for the Alpine team. Look at that, absolute. The race hasn't even got underway yet, and he's already gaining on Alex Paolo.
Yep, it is absolutely pouring. He's gone down the. See, he wants to get away, he wants to get ahead, he wants to get away of the Aston Martin, because everyone's going for everything. Ski fans round, unsurprisingly. Oh, rounds going round. Everyone's gone round. A huge crash here at the back. Vubin has lost places. It's Jake Meg, Jackie Gabbana, and all of a sudden JRR, Orabangs into the lead. Kofi's let him take it. JRR, possibly Rando, is on for a podium here. This is anyone's podium to take, as Quattro stayed out of trouble as well, got himself back up into P5. Who is going to win this race? Kofi still struggling. Quattro gets by. Now Jinx will get by. Rando is into P3 and JRR in P2. As that's Owen Curry now gone round as well. Oh, Douglas, how unlucky are you? I think Orabeng got a bit too impatient there. He's taken the lead, and with his 3-second time penalty, he's going to drop back either way. Vubben's gained a place on Lucas Paul. Paolo has spun. Oh, there's huge carnage back here.
No safety cars.
No more safety cars. Ski fan has retired.
There can only be yellow flag, no safety car. Orabeng not looking for a good chance on the podium now.
Paolo's crashed.
Yeah.
Where's he crashed? He's gone straight on. Obviously he doesn't have grip. He's gone straight on. I think Lucas Paul and Kofi are going to just have to come into the pits and hope that other drivers retire, because they are not. Oh, Jinx has crucially picked up a penalty. That's going to deny him of a possible podium, and that is not helpful whatsoever. He is going to drop.
What Mr. Orabeng is hoping for is Gerard, Lando and FR Quattro to pick up penalties. If not, he will finish E4.
Yep. Now Kofi has just decided to come into the pits and do some damage control, because he has, well, he's put on medium tyres, surprisingly. Don't know what he's done there. I think Lucas Paul is treating this as some almost drifting championships by staying out on those old hards, and the same with Oven Curry. But Orabeng has played the right call and has taken the lead, and JRR, it looks like the Tier 2 championship winner, is going to get his first race win here in Tier 1. That's it. It isn't ruined.
Really any contention.
Currently, every Tier 1 driver in the top 5 has won a race. Jinx obviously won in Jeddah. Quattro's won many last season. Brando won in Australia, and JRR, well, has won in Tier 2, and obviously I was going to say Orabeng hasn't, but he has as well. So everyone in the top 5 has all won a race.
JRR gets a 3-second time penalty. Was that for avoiding Mr. Orabeng? Or was
it's all
that
lined up for Rando.
Mistake?
Rando can win the race now. He just needs to stay within. He just needs to stay within 3 seconds of Orabeng in this final lap,
not get a penalty,
and he wins the race. This is his first.
The fastest driver.
This is his first race win of the season, or his first race of the season, and it looks like it's going to be a race win. Rando, definitely a drive to remember for himself.
Now, Quattro, I am telling you now, he is the
Quattro's going for it though.
Absolutely flying.
He's done it.
Quattro,
he's taken the lead.
In for next race win. Definitely the Max Verstappen of this league. Doesn't care. Went straight for it.
Well, I wouldn't say Max Verstappen. He hasn't won the first 2 races, but it looks like he's going to win this race. That's him up into P3. And that's going to be P1 after these guys' penalties are added on. Rando, I'm sure he's happy enough.
In the pit lane.
Yep, so it won't be any points for Ferrari tonight. It's going to be many points for Williams, many points for Alpine, and a few for Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo. Both Mercedes drivers needed a result. They finished in the podium places. Obviously, as I said, Alpine need a lot of. Oh, was Rando? What's happened to Rando? Rando's lost out to Jinx here, and Rando, I don't know if he'll even be able to keep this win here. But we'll keep an eye on Quattro, because hopefully, as long as he doesn't spin out of the final corner for the first time this season, and the 6th time or the 7th time in his career. 6th time in his career, Quattro rounds the final corner and wins the Singapore Grand Prix. It's going to be Mr. Orabeng just about finishes in 2nd, with Rando wrapping out the podium in 3rd, JRR finishing in 4th, with Jinx in 5th. Vubben will come in 6th, but he's going to lose out to Douglas, who takes 6th. Then it's Jake May goes through both of them. and Vubin will finish 8th, and Jackie Gabbana takes the final point home for McLaren. And after that, we wait for Kofi, a long, long way away, to take home the final position. So, Manny, what are your opinions on that?
Okay, next season we are taking out Singapore. At least we know FLR Quattro won't win a race next season then if we take Singapore out. He absolutely dominates Singapore whenever he drives here. Absolutely perfect. No mistakes from Quattro in that final stint. Absolutely perfect. I don't know what to say, to be honest. It was expected. Mr. Orban gets a P2. Yeah. Really good race here.
Crazy race and crazy results. And I'm just going to request the footage that I noted down myself on stream, and we'll see what happens.
Alright, well then Gaffer, I'm gonna go, but that was a race to watch. I'm happy I was here for it.
Thank you. I'll see you next week, hopefully.
See you next week.
So, SLR Quattro wins the Grand Prix after an hour of racing. Orabeng in second with Rando in third. JRR finishes fourth with Jinx in fifth. It's Jake May sixth, Douglas 7th and Bubban 8th. Legend finished 9th with Jackie Gabbana 10th, Kofi 11th, Lucas Paul 12th, Oven Curry 13th, Arix Paolo 14th, Skifan 15th, Ninja in 16th, Back 2 17th, Magnus 18th, and Rayan could have possibly won the race, disqualified. We'll go through the long list of incidents in case anyone wants to get their track limits removed. I'm sure that'll be a question in the chat afterwards, but we'll see. That was an amazing race. I don't think I'll have any podium interviews for tonight, but we will see. Other than that, thank you and good night. So I'll just let you know. So I think Rando would like an interview, so we'll get him in here, and Orabeng will as well, so we will have 2 interviewers for tonight. We'll just invite them to a party. Ooh. Hello, Rando.
Sorry.
I am good. I'm sure you are good as well. That was some drive from you.
Oh, fuck. I think I got spawned like 5 times. And I still got
Yeah, that was probably a crazy race, but we'll just wait for the Aston Martin driver to come in, and
Won't lie, I may have ran for ace at one stage. I was first. Then rate reduction, then up on the podium, no bother.
yeah. So
I wish you the very best for the report, Gaffer.
oh, luckily I'm not on it this week. It can't be worse than what Jeddah was. I think there was 17 incidents in Jeddah, so hopefully it's not as bad.
I can race Jeddah because my PS4 decided to die.
Yeah, I seen about that. Luckily Rayan done a good job for you there. He got you a good few points.
This is my teammate.
Yeah, but he reserved for you last minute. He came in.
Shit, yeah, God, he did.
Yeah, and he got P6 luckily. So
No, I just want to make. Well, these two might be semi quickly can take me out.
all right, we'll get underway soon.
I could have watched this. I think it's in the out.
Okay, so we'll start with you, Rando, because obviously start with P3, work your way up. First of all, just talk to us about qualifying. Obviously, the race is definitely the thing you want to focus on, but qualifying wasn't that bad. I have no idea where you started because I don't have that written down, but you can you can tell us about it. Is there anything that happened? Any reason you were qualified so low? Or?
Because I literally got home 5 minutes before the race, and I don't have a setup for Singapore.
Yeah, I've seen that. Obviously, then tell us about the race. Quite hectic. I've seen you were spun around quite a couple of times.
I was spun out on the formation lap.
Yeah, I seen that as well. Quite unlucky.
Spun out formation lap, spun out the start, spun out the restart, spun out another couple times. Drive around, questioning my life choices, wondering why am I wasting my Saturday night like this? Oh, nice, some rain. Oh, nice, safety car. Oh, nice, everyone's just taking themselves out in front of me. Oh, nice, the 2 laps in front of me have penalties. Oh, no, nice, Contraro's the lad behind me.
Yeah, unfortunately you did get by and take what could have been your first race win of the season, and you're second in the league because you have got one before. Was it in your mind that you could have got the win, or were you just happy to be here?
With a couple laps to go, yeah, I thought I could position the car well and keep Contraro behind, but I just got bad run off turn 4 the last lap, and he just breezed by me.
Yeah.
And then I just let Jinx through. Because he was about to rear end me about 5 times. It's like, I choose life. He's already taken me out once this race.
Yeah, actually, I've seen that on stream as well. I don't think that was him. I think he was hit in the back by a McLaren, and then he was jumped, and then he into you.
It seemed a bit out of character for Jinx anyway.
Yeah, so it was quite unfortunate. Obviously, you were the worst out of it. You're the one that spun round. So obviously then, we have Imola next week. How are you feeling for that? Do you feel confident going into that race?
As long as it's not as hectic like this, I will take it as a win. I don't care if I'm last. As long as I still have a bit of sanity left after the race, I will be very happy.
Alright, that's fine. Do you have sanity left after this race?
I have 0.
You do?
Once the stream ends, I am going to go scream into a pillow.
Well,
Like the podium.
You can scream with your bronze medal over your head, because that is P3, that is a podium, and I don't think anything will take it off you because you've drove exceptionally well. Well done, Rando.
Thank you. Now to scream with the fellow.
Alright, then Orabeng. I don't know if you've won the race or if you've finished second. Either way, what a drive. Tell us about your qualifying. I think it was, yeah. Obviously that doesn't really matter at the end because you're just like Rando, one of them to get very lucky from the safety car strategy. Tell us about the race in general, how it led up to you obviously finishing here on the podium. Now, obviously, talk to me about your 3-second time penalty. Do you think you'll get that removed? Do you have a chance of a win? Well, well, obviously it would be a great status to have won the race, but obviously a tier 1 race win is not something you'll come around every now and again. Obviously, then we'll talk about next week. We don't know if you'll be racing in tier 1 yet. After your pace today, you may be moved up to tier 1. We'll have to see. Well, we'll have to see anyway. Imola up next, either for tier 2 or tier 1. How are you feeling for that? Alright. Well, that's it then, and that's been us. It's been a very long stream, nearly 2 hours, an hour and 45 altogether. And luckily I can go to bed with my very bad flu I have at the moment, but hopefully I'm all better tomorrow for my own league race. I'll do a bit of self-promo. I'll be on my Twitch channel, League of Ireland. I think it's round 10 or something like that. I'll be racing in Austria, so tune in for that. But otherwise we'll see you next week on Friday for the tier 2 race in Imola. I've been Gaffo. We had Marshy with him, and at the moment I've Orabang and Rando on the podium, and we'll see you next week.